Tell me if you feel the same. Sport's cool right now. It's super competitive. It's deep everywhere from 450 to 250 to amateur. Everyone's into it. The media companies are all pumping. I just feel like the sport's rad.
I will say this, just going back to what you said a minute ago, if we can figure out how to get the top guys to do more epic local racing, I think that brings the vibes of the early 2000s back, because everybody used to race everywhere every weekend, and I feel like the training facilities have definitely changed how that works. So I'm not saying you need to go race every single thing, but like Drew Adams going and racing a local Georgia race helps those races. It brings more people in and helps support local promoters, local racing, local sponsors, and everything in between. So like when the top contingent drops out of racing the local stuff, it hurts everybody. So I'm a huge advocate for trying to push these guys to go race more. So that's the only thing I want to change.
Yeah.
Well, you know what it does too, though? Even more than that is I think it influences or it's a pretty heavy influence on all the kids below that rider. Like you said, if Drew goes to a race in Georgia, or when Luke Fowler goes to a race in Ohio and Pennsylvania, all those kids, like, look, they all want to be Jet Lawrence and Chase Sexton and Eli Tomac, but that doesn't seem as real yet because they're so far away. Luke is the influence for a lot of these kids growing up. Tiger Woods, these are the influences for the 50, 60, 85 kids. They want to be like them.
Yeah.
So when they race these types of things, it's so much more like understandable because they're right there and they're pitting out of their van like you. It seems more authentic, I think, to the younger kids.
Yep.
And it's an easier goal to chase is to try to be like them. And then it's almost like the goal is to be like Luke Fowler. The dream is to be like Jet Lawrence because that's further away.
Sure.
You know what I mean? We need these kids racing more because I think it influences the bottom so much more.
100%.
Perfect example. I have like PJ Larson was the only kid in South Carolina that was going pro. Like, but he would go to local races and like, dude,
head turners.
I used to love going to watch PJ, and it was like
you would go because PJ was going.
I went because PJ was going, and then PJ turned pro, and like, dude, I followed PJ's career, and like him and I eventually became friends because I was working at Racer X, blah, blah, blah. But like, I followed PJ's career because he was from South Carolina.
Yeah.
100%.
Right.
100%.
Right.
So it's
awesome. No, we need more of it. We need more. And I think it's trending that way. It's trending that way.